So today we're going to do a little bit of an art project. It's something that I like to make, and it's something that a lot of people seem to want to be able to make, and it uses a lot of the principles that we like to use with Inkscape. And that is the nested circle with the names inset in that circle and cut around them. So you'll see how that looks once we've actually finished this here. I'm just going to create two circles here. I'm going to create one large one circle here, and then I want to create another circle on the inside here. Cool. What I'm going to do is, as we said in the previous video, object to path on that and object to path here. Yep. All right, that's a path, and that's a path. All right, two circles. If we want, why I like to edit these circles as they're black, and I'm going to change that inner circle to red so I can see what's going on here. All right, just centering that, and I'm going to select the top one and the bottom one, path, click combine. And you'll notice that it removed that center. And that's because by combining the two, it creates sort of a donut ring of vector area. It just adds that as the area, and then the inside of that circle doesn't actually attribute to anything. It is actually part of this vector. Just this outside donut becomes part of the vector. And the reason I do this with the colors is because I like to see to make sure that we get that effect. And sometimes if you've hit the wrong button, you don't notice it. So by creating the two circles using a black circle and a red circle, insetting them on top of each other and going to path combine, it becomes this donut shape, and we can confirm that it becomes this donut shape. If not, then we have to go back and recreate it just to make sure that we get this effect. This is going to be extremely important when we start dealing and adding layers of letters and fonts into this circular design. Okay, so now we have our circle here. I'm going to create some text here. We're going to go to, I like using Impact. It's a very strong font here. And I'm going to go ahead and use my favorite again, Bob, and is a fishy. That is not how you spell fishy. Fishy. Awesome. Bob is a fishy. And there's a reason I use the Bob again is because the way the letters interact, especially when you're dealing with SVGs and when you're dealing with plasma cutting, you're going to have those dropouts. And so we need to be mindful of that, and we're going to be consistently mindful of that interaction. Now I'm going to scale these out here and sort of put them in this circle the way I want it to. So I want a little bit of overlap. Bob is a here. We're just going to go is a, and then we're going to go, oh, hello. Let's get you back over here. And I'll keep grabbing the wrong side here. Is a, and then we're going to blow up fishy here. I want fishy here. I want a up here. And Bob is a fishy. Cool. Awesome. Now that I have that set the way I want it to, I like the way that looks, honestly. Let's go ahead and start turning this into a workable vector file. Now these are all currently text, so I'm going to go ahead and just select my different letters, go path, object to path. Cool. Now they're all paths, as you can tell here. Now my Bob, if I try to combine these as is right now, parts of it are going to fall out. The B is going to get added to the circle, the O, B, I, S, A. All of these are loosely connected, but I want a tighter connection here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the first word, object ungroup, so that I can deal with them individually here. Bob. All right, cool. And this actually tells me I'm probably going to want to scale up my Bob a little bit. Bob is a, and then fishy, I'm going to have to ungroup that as well. Actually, you know what? With the way that this is all sitting, I may just need to do small adjustments here. Ungroup. All right, I'm going to take my S and my Y and sort of kind of connect them together a little bit, get them a little bit closer. And I don't like bringing the eye too far in, because if I bring my F into my eye, it just doesn't look the way I want it to. Same thing, I'm going to go into layer. You know, there's a little bit of artistic freedom that you can take with this. In this case, I'm just putting it in the way that seems, at least to my eye, the most visually appealing in an abstract sense, because who's going to make a sign that says Bob is a fishy? Not many people that I know. And you know, maybe you want to do that as well. I don't know. There may be a purpose for you. If you ever want to just take this file from me, shoot me a call. I'll give you the Bob is a fishy file if you don't want to make it. But I'm teaching you how to do it here. Moving onward from that little segue there. I want to be able to see all my vectors here. So I'm going to select all my different letters. Everything that I've separated out, I'm going to hit Shift and start clicking on all of my letters, and clicking on my Fill Stroke tab, remove the fill, and add the stroke in. And you know, I didn't do that for my INS. There we go. I'll hit Shift, go there, stroke it, and remove the fill. Awesome. And now we have all these overlapping layers. What we did in the last video, I'm just going to continue to select multiple layers, multiple letters. And we're going to do what we did in the previous video with the text, which is path union. And actually, give it a second. First, I have to have it in path mode. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Path union. And now I have Bob is a fishy connected. Now, you want this Bob is a fishy to connect to the actual outside of the circle here. We select Bob is a fishy, the vector. We select the outside circle, we hit path, we hit union, and now it actually connects everything together. And now we have a Bob is a fishy sign, the full sign. And now you can take this over to your plasma cutter, cut it out, and you have this wonderful text inside of a circle. And that having that donut effect, again, at the beginning when you're making this, that's going to be absolutely crucial. Otherwise, we won't be able to tell what the inside and the outside is, and you'll end up deleting whole chunks of your art if you don't make sure that in the beginning you do get that donut ring effect when you combine the two vectors together. Vitally important. Again, I cannot emphasize that. And now we have Bob is a fishy. Now we can just remove the fill, and it's already stroked for us. That's a cuttable file. We save it as an SVG. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through the process with you. Save. Oh, didn't want to save it as default. Oops. Save as, and rather than saving it as default, we're going to go into desktop. We're going to go Bob is a fishy and save it as an SVG. And then we're going to go over into SheetCam, File, New Part. Do I want to import a new part? Yes. All right, I want to make sure that my drop-down menu's in SVG. Bob is a fishy. Awesome. I hit OK. My scaling is 1:1. I want to make sure it's 1:1 because I made mine in inches, and SheetCam is in inches. Open. And Bob is a fishy is all ready for your cutting pleasure. Look at that. Then we go to operations. We add our operations. We go file, run post-processor, and we give this baby a cut, and you have your sign. So there's a basic, really artsy first piece that you can start working with, and it uses a lot of the things that we've incorporated in a lot of the other videos. So please reach out if you have any other questions, but this is sort of getting you started on Inkscape. We can get more detailed. We can add a lot of different functions and add a lot of different layers to make your project even more interesting. But to get you started, this is what you're going to do.